Okay, good afternoon, everybody. It is Monday, the 25th of October. There's a lot of focus on, well, there's always a lot of focus on crypto, isn't there? But Bitcoin is getting really interesting, so it's video time again. Let's have a look. We start with the daily chart. Of course, the market has been heading higher. We've been in a great bull trend. All the longs are happy. But we've got a bit of a fly in the ointment at the moment. We hit a new all-time high last week at around 67,000, having beaten the previous all-time high, but that was not sustainable. The market dipped down. Now, I'm not too happy as long as we hold below 64,000, and that appears to be where we are at the moment. The question for me is well, before I do that, I'm just going to show you the weekly chart, because the weekly chart really has got a very negative candle. This sort of shooting star situation with the small red candle, the small red body near the bottom of the candle, the failure to beat the previous all-time high and stay above it, which is at 64,900 on this chart at least, means that the outlook for me is a bit more negative, as today's high 63,400. So for me, we really need to be above 64,000 for things to be a bit more positive, preferably above 65,000, the previous all-time high. Okay, so this leaves us with a potential double top situation, which would be very nasty for the bulls. The market is yet to crack. The bulls are hanging on. They're giving it a push today. Now, what can I say? This is the problem for me now. What happens? What pattern will we form? Okay, right, that's what I'm looking for. Now, actually, this trend line is a little bit out now. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to draw a new trend line. Now the question for me is, does this turn into a head and shoulders top? Is this the left shoulder? Is this the right shoulder? Is this the head? And actually we've got a head and shoulders pattern within that, but we won't worry about that. That's quite common. And then is this the right shoulder forming? Now, if we top out anywhere around sort of 64,000, which is what we're getting close to now, and start heading down and start breaking the neckline to the head and shoulders at 60,000, that is going to be very significant. And it will further confirm to me the negative candle on the daily chart, the negative candle on the weekly chart, the potential double top sell signal, the negative pattern there. Right, the downside target should be something in the region of 7,000 points from 60,000. So that takes us down to about 53,000. Let me just have a look at the weekly chart and see if there's anything important down there. 53,000. What's this peak here? 53,000. Okay, so that would take us to the September high. That would be the first target, and actually would be pretty much bang on the 38.2% fib support as well. So that's a really good target on a break below 60,000. Can I find any reasons to be bullish? Well, yes, I can. We have a moving average crossover not too far back, the 100 crossing above the 200. The moving average is just starting to turn higher on the daily chart in the short term. Prices trading above the moving averages. The 50, the 100, the 200, the price is trading above those moving averages on the hourly chart. So that is quite bullish, only bullish in the short term. I really need to see the head and shoulders pattern, well, not form for a start, and at least get us back up through 64,000. So I'm monitoring it. Yeah, this is the real danger now. Do we top out around 64,000, and do we then break 60,000 to complete the head and shoulders pattern? That's the risk for the bulls at the moment. Hasn't happened yet. We've got to wait for the break of the neckline. This is just a work in progress. We're going to monitor this situation, and then we'll see what forms. Ripple, well, it's all about what's on the daily chart here. We've got good support levels down at the 38.2% 6, which is around 1.0700, just a bit above that. Trend line at 105, let's call it 10600. Break below there targets the 200-day moving average, which is around 102.50, and the 100-day moving average is approaching that level too. So for me, a break below certainly 106.00 would not be a good sign. I see less importance at these moving averages now, but obviously they could hold and we could bounce back to 106.50, but we'd have to then get back above 106.50 for the bulls to be back in the game. Anyway, for now, the bulls are controlling, at least, even though the market's not heading higher, as long as we hold above 106.00. I would be less sure about the 200 and 100-day moving average actually holding this. So for now, the bulls are in control. Everything looks good. Below 106.00, it looks a lot less good. Below 102, one spot 00, look, below 1.00 is basically, it's going to look catastrophic for the bulls. So we've got a little bit of support there, but I wouldn't be too happy on a break below 102.50 to be fair. Ethereum, that is there's a clearer double top, as you're going to see. It is a huge double top pattern. Obviously, we'd actually have to break the 61.8% fib down here to confirm that this is actually a double top sell signal. But by that time, we will have already crashed. What are we looking at? Well, 2,000, was it 2,500 points or something like that? And that, that would indicate that we'd basically be going to zero, which of course we're not going to zero. But anyway, it really doesn't look very positive at all for me, Ethereum. What can I say? Negative candle there, the shooting star, follow through. We're trying to crawl back. Can the bulls win this over? What can I tell you that's bullish? Right. Well, again, in the very short term on the hourly chart, we are trading above the 100 period, the 100-hour moving average. So that's good. If we hold above 40, let's call it 40.80, 41.00, 40.80, then okay, yes, bulls are in with a chance. But on the 4-hour chart, we're holding the 50 period moving average. That looks pretty good. So we'll get good support down at 4,000. We break, what did I say here? We break 40.80, 40.70. We'll probably go to 40. That is a really good support level, actually, 40. So as long as we hold 40, bulls are in control. We've got 4,000, I should say. As long as we hold 4,000, everything's, the bulls are in with a chance. And maybe then they can break that double top high, and then the market can race higher. We start breaking below 4,000. I really, really do not like the look of this, and I think we will see further very significant moves to the downside. So it's not all over for the bulls yet, but we start seeing a lot of losses, further losses on Ethereum, as I say, and obviously Bitcoin, that head and shoulders, that would look pretty nasty too. So there are certainly reasons for bulls to be concerned at the moment. Okay, I hope that makes some sense. I've waffled on a bit, but I think you've got the picture. Good luck with it.